everyone, Fluffy here, back with another vlog. By now, if you didn't watch it, I did the yay or nay. So now I'm going to do a video to talk about what happened and that I ended up in the ER, kind of hinted, and then chat a little bit about the future of this channel. Okay, not really deep stuff, but just things that have been on my mind. Okay, so last week, at the beginning of the week, I got a phone call. I drove a couple of days, and then I decided not to drive one day, and decided not to drive on Wednesday. I was just going to do my doctor's appointment and then go home, which is what I did. And then I thought about, well, I'll maybe drive for about an hour to see if I can get anything. But I decided, no, just go home because I don't know why, but I think a lot of people are Ubering. So the money's been really low. It's something, and I'm grateful for everything I get. It's just that it's hard on the fibro driving. So I decided not to go, which ended up being a good thing. So I go to the doctor's appointment and I get home and I get a call and I am told that I was around someone that got exposed to the coronavirus. So just to be clear, I'm not going to elaborate on that part of it or what happened. Just know that it had nothing to do with Ubering. Okay, I'm still safe in that way. So I thought, okay. So the next day, I started getting some symptoms because I got exposed before that. And symptoms started within 2 days. I had a headache. You know, I always have this, but I started to feeling tightness in my chest. And I know that I would cough a little bit, but when I would breathe deeply, I just could feel it in here. And so that was different because, you know, tightness in our chest, fibro people, we get it. It seemed a little bit different. So I looked it up. CDC says the best time to get tested is 5 to 7 days after exposure. So that's what I decided to do. So I went yesterday and, you know, I told you all the rigmarole that they put me through. And so what they ended up doing is, you know, the lady at the reception told me they do that if they did the test, that it would be 7 to 10 days before I got a call to tell me the results. And they ended up doing a quick one. Now, I thought the quick one was the swab in the mouth and you find out in 20 minutes. But they ended up shoving the stick up my nose. But they came back about a half an hour later. And the lady said that no, that I did not have COVID. She said, but the quick one is only 80% accurate. Now, this came from a nurse. So they said, we're going to go, because you're having the chest pressure and tightness, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do an x-ray to see if we can see anything. So that's when I said, okay. So finally they come back, she comes back, and they said that they see a mass in my chest and I have pneumonia in both lungs. They said, just the way it's looking, she said, we think that you do have COVID and that the pneumonia is coming from that, since I have the other symptoms. Now, the symptom I do not have is the taste of smell, the loss of taste and smell. Now, I told her I do keep sinus issues. You know, I have fibromyalgia, so, you know, the chest and everything. And they still decided to do the x-ray and they found the pneumonia. They said even though the test came back negative, that they think that the pneumonia is from that. She said, before I went to the x-ray, she said, no matter what we find, we're going to give you a steroid to kind of clear some of this up. And so either way, and then when they came back with the results saying I have pneumonia, they put me on a Z-Pack. And they said, if in case, but slim chance that it's bacterial, which is regular pneumonia, then the antibiotic, the Z-Pak, would take care of it. She said, if it's due to COVID, then the Z-Pak's not going to help at all. So, but we're going to put you on kind of both protocols because they really did think it's COVID. So I'm going to read to you the overall, it's the visit after the summary. And this came from the hospital. And I'm not going to say what hospital because, I don't, it's going to be my new hospital. I don't want, so, but it says, your COVID test is negative today. However, that is not 100% accurate. Your chest x-ray does show some signs of pneumonia, and this is more consistent with possible COVID infection. We will go ahead and treat you for a bacterial pneumonia in case there is a bacteria present. But if it is related to COVID, the antibiotics are not, it says, or not can be effective. So they're not going to be effective. Watch your blood sugars for the next several days and expect them to increase because we have given you steroids. Me and the lady talked about it, and it was a liquid steroid. So it's not like I can just stop taking the pills. You have to go down them anyway. They mixed it with orange juice, knowing I'm diabetic, but we discussed it. And I had told her, well, normally I'm supposed to be on 2 metformin, but because the antidepressant I take, bottomed me out almost a couple of times, I said I took myself off one of them. So I'll just take the normal 2 every day. And she said that was a good idea. And I think the highest my blood sugar went up was 372 yesterday. So I'm really watching that. So, let's see. Watch your blood sugar next several days and expect them to increase because we gave you steroids. Continue self-quarantine because ever since I found out that I, had an exposure, I have been quarantining myself in my room till I could get tested. And now the kid doesn't come in my room. I put a coffee table right outside, right there in the doorway. I have a can of Lysol and some disinfectant, hand sanitizer, so she doesn't come in the room. And then if I have to go out into the living room, like to the kitchen, there's a can of spray there. I'll spray everything that I've touched. Y'all, I've sprayed the coffee pot, the fridge door. Yeah. All right, continue to self-quarantine. You need to quarantine for 10 to 14 days from symptom onset and for 3 days after, or for 3 days after symptoms resolve. Get a home oxygen saturation monitor. And because, y'all, if you've got any kind of chronic illness, this is always, they're really, really cheap on Amazon. It checks your heart rate and your oxygen level. Okay, so I already had one, and I always recommend this. If you've got a chronic illness, yeah, you should really have it. So, no, it's not a sponsored video. Okay, watch your oxygen levels. As long as it stays above 93% consistently, you are oxygenating well. Increase clear liquid intake and keep hydrated. Get plenty of rest. Alternate ibuprofen as needed for fever. Yeah, I can't seem to shake this headache. It's not real bad. It's about a 7, but yeah, it doesn't subside. You may take over-the-counter cough medicines, but monitor if there is acetaminophen. This little next part is all about being careful. Don't take more than this kind of Tylenol. But the kid used to be a pharmacy tech, so she really watches our Tylenol intake. So I don't take Tylenol as regularly. If I have to take something like that, it's ibuprofen. So 4 milligrams. Follow up with your primary care doctor in 3 to 5 days for recheck. Let them know that you are positive / suspected for COVID. You will likely need to do a video visit, monitor your symptoms, and return immediately to the ER for any difficulty breathing, confusion, dizziness, passing out, vomiting, chest pain, high fevers, which I have the chest pain already, but weakness or any other new concerning symptoms. And I was reading this to a friend of mine, and they're like, basically fibro symptoms. Yeah, you're paying attention. So, but I know what they mean. So that's pretty much it. So, and then the rest of it's things that they did. I don't even know what kind of steroid they gave me, because every steroid that I've taken is either the pills, you know, that you get as a prescription, or they inject you with it. But this time they made me drink it, so maybe they're saving on needles. I don't know. What problems could happen? Serious lung problems, loss of red blood cells. See, I didn't read any of this because the front was enough. So I wanted to tell you that about the pneumonia, because I don't want to get on here and be all fakey and telling y'all I have COVID when it could just be regular pneumonia. They're insisting that it's COVID and that the pneumonia is caused by it. But so better to be safe than sorry, and quarantine myself. So I can't drive. So I was getting this insurance where it's almost like Aflac. It's not Aflac, but it has a thing. So I called today and they're like, yeah, we have to discuss it. Wait a minute. I just need to file a claim because that's why I got the insurance. So if they don't come through, then I'm going to cancel the insurance because it's not worth it. I've been paying several months on it. That turned because the dogs. Every time there's a noise outside, they think it's the kid coming home. Oh, she is home. I'm filming. Not that she's going to come in here, but just, anyway, it could be either. The kid doesn't think it's pneumonia. My mom doesn't think it's pneumonia. You know, they just all think, I mean, COVID. They think it's just pneumonia and that this went too far, and I don't know. So so basically I either have pneumonia or I have pneumonia caused by COVID because I have COVID. So I don't know. Y'all make up your mind or take a guess, or just know that, you know, I'm okay. My SATs my oxygen stays at 93. If I'm sitting up, if I kind of lean back, then it kind of drops a little bit. But I told the kid, since I have my CPAP machine, I can just wear it all the time if they drop a little. And if then that doesn't help, then I will go back to the ER. I've got the headache. I've got more aches than I normally would with fibro. The chest pressure it's, you know, I'm more weak than I used to be, but as you can see, I'm good. I'm not telling y'all this to worry. I'm just letting you know because I knew I wanted to do the yay or nay video. Y'all are going to crack up and be shocked if you haven't watched it yet. It's almost uploaded. It's just finishing process, but this has got to upload. And so, you know, but you'll probably get this tonight. It's 6 o'clock. So, what else was I going to say? Oh, the future of my channel. I'm really trying to do better with my eating. I've kind of made some decisions on how I want to proceed with it. I don't want to say anything right now because, you know, I've tried to lose weight before, then I fall off the wagon, and I don't want to say anything because then it's, oh God, here we go again. You know, that's kind of controversy on YouTube, and that's all I'm going to say about it. So where it affects the channel is, I know this started off as a mukbang channel, and then it kind of evolved in mukbanging and talking about fibromyalgia, and so I don't know the future of this channel. I'm not leaving. I just need to think about where I go from here, because what I'm trying to say is I will do, if any, I will do very little mukbangs anymore. Now watch, tomorrow I'll do and because the mukbangs are very triggering to me, at least lately. You've seen all the fast food mukbangs I've done. I mean, it is easier to do them in the car, to do fast food, but it seemed like I wanted to do them every day. And a lot of it was to get content out, but eating that much fast food kind of triggers me to keep wanting to eat it. And doing mukbangs, that's it. It triggers me just to eat bad, you know? And so I have to think, when do I stop? When do I make that decision? Do I risk my health to do mukbangs because that's what everybody wants to see? Or, you know, do I go for my health and not do them? Because what I'm afraid is okay, let's say I do home cooked meals. It's very difficult for me, especially now that I've got whatever this is. you know, whatever this is. But will it start triggering me to just go out and say, well, screw it, I'll just do a fast food mukbang? And I don't want to do that anymore. So I don't know. I don't want to lose any of y'all. But I understand you joined me for the mukbangs. I totally get it. Those of you, I know I've got several new subscribers. Welcome, welcome to my YouTube family. If you came here for the mukbangs, I am so sorry. So sorry. But my mukbangs, I want to try to be at 0. And I know, I mean, if I have a really good meal and I don't think it's going to trigger me, I will do one sporadically. Let's put it that way. I'll do one sporadically. But it's going to be not at the volume that it was before. So now I have to think about what kind of content I will do. I like the yay or nays content. I like doing these kinds of things. I haven't really been up for going live lately, and I apologize for that, y'all. There again, I want snacks, you know, because when I'm having a good time with y'all, I want crap. I mean, I didn't get this size by, you know, eating lettuce, you know. I mean, let's keep it real. You've seen my mukbangs. So that's where I'm at. You know, I've pulled back. I mean, aside from this week, look, I get real sick and then I do 2 videos on the same day. I know, I'm bizarre, y'all. You knew that. So just be patient. I will try to get more out. I want to do more fibromyalgia ones, but I don't want them to be boring, because talking about health can be boring to people who don't have it. But that will take, you know, a lot of participation in the comment section, which y'all do really well anyway. I have to try to be careful with the yay or nays, because I don't want there to be drama in the comments. I mean, y'all won't answer to the trolls, and I appreciate that, because that's my #1 rule. Don't engage them. Let me handle it. It's just that certain things will cause them to come. So, so I'm hoping that the yay or nays won't be too boring. So far, you say I'm doing good, so I might do more of those. We'll see. I mean, I'm stuck in my room. You know, I don't know. Ever since I started Ubering, you know, I had fun going out, but it wasn't before that. Y'all, the fog is still bad. Before I started Ubering, I didn't mind being at home, being in my room. Okay, that way the kid I could watch my TV, the kid could have her shows when we didn't agree on watching something. So, but now it's like, oh my gosh, you know, last week before I got the COVID test, but I was still self-quarantining, while she was at work, I'd go out there and watch TV and let the door open for the dogs and everything. And then right before she got home, I'd start spraying the crap out of the living room, in the kitchen, slowly back it away, spray it. But I don't want to do that this time, you know, since I know that I might have it. I mean, the ER says I have it, but I don't want to make her sick. You know, I just don't want to make her sick. And I'll miss my mom, because I'm not going to have dinner with her on Fridays, because I don't want to, you know, make her sick. So, that's about it. If you have any ideas of what I could do on the channel, doesn't mean that I will do it, but I will consider it. And I hope y'all stay, but if you don't, I'll understand. But I love y'all, and I'm so sorry I've been gone. It's, you know, I get in those cycles, and it's got to think about me. So I'm sorry if that sounds selfish. So sorry. Having said all that, God bless y'all. Positive vibes out to each and every one of you. Remember to always be kind and be your own advocate. I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all real soon, okay? Bye.